Your ass up,
Okay,
bitch.
you better step back right
I
now.
said get the fuck out of here now.
Step back right now. Fuck. I'm gonna fight. Stick to it, then fight. Get off me. Get off me.
Fuck you, nigger.
If you come any closer, I'm gonna shoot you.
1.11. The night in Santa Clarita was neither completely dark nor truly bright. It was that particular kind of Californian night when the sky feels deep and empty, and the artificial lights of the city refuse to let darkness fully take over. Streetlights along the roads burned steadily, without flicker, as if trying to impose a sense of order where none truly existed. The air was cool and dry, carrying a faint scent of dust and concrete. The city was moving at a reduced pace. Stores had long been closed, shopping centers stood empty, and the wide streets felt unnaturally large without the flow of traffic. It was during these hours that the space between buildings and roads became especially vulnerable. What disappeared into noise and crowds during the day surfaced at night. The female police officer was on night patrol. This was not her first night shift, nor her first time working alone. She knew that after dark, situations most often began quietly and ended abruptly and dangerously. Her patrol vehicle moved slowly, without sudden maneuvers. She was not in a hurry. Night demanded patience and attention. The area she was patrolling was not considered particularly dangerous, yet such places were often deceptive. Under bridges, along roadside shoulders, near closed commercial buildings, people gathered at night who had nowhere else to go. Some were simply seeking shelter. Some were intoxicated, and others were experiencing severe psychological distress. For police officers, these locations required heightened awareness. Under one of the bridges, not far from a commercial district where a large Macy's department store operated during the day, she noticed a figure. A man stood almost motionless, pressed near a concrete support column. The light from a street lamp fell at an angle, leaving his face in shadow. He was not lying down, not sitting, not moving the way people usually do when they are trying to rest or keep warm. His rigid posture felt unnatural. She stopped. Moments like these always required evaluation, whether the person needed help or posed a potential threat. A police officer's duty in such situations was not immediate confrontation, but ignoring it was not an option either. She decided to check on the man's condition. As she exited the vehicle, the sounds of the city became muffled by the concrete structure of the bridge. Everything sounded different here. Footsteps echoed. Distant cars overhead created a dull, constant rumble that pressed against the senses. The space was confined, visibility imperfect. It was not an ideal position for a lone officer. The man noticed her before she came close. His body tensed instantly. He shifted his stance sharply, as if preparing for conflict. There was no surprise in his reaction, only hostility. Within seconds, it became clear that this would not be a calm encounter. The aggression appeared immediately. The man began moving erratically, gesturing sharply, closing the distance between them. His behavior did not resemble that of someone who simply wanted to be left alone. It was active, directed aggression. In the darkness beneath the bridge, it felt especially intense. The physical contact happened suddenly. The man shoved the officer, not attempting to flee or withdraw. It was not accidental. It was a deliberate crossing of a boundary. At that moment, the situation ceased to be a routine check. It became a real threat to safety. The officer stepped back, maintaining her balance. She quickly assessed her surroundings: concrete pillars, deep shadows, limited escape routes. She was alone. She understood that any mistake could lead to irreversible consequences. When the man continued advancing, disregarding all signs of danger, she drew her service weapon. This was not an act of aggression, but a last resort measure intended to deter further escalation. She did not move closer or provoke him. She attempted to maintain distance and control. Still, his behavior suggested either a complete loss of self-control or a conscious disregard for consequences. Time distorted in that space. A few minutes felt like much longer. Every movement the man made forced her to prepare for the worst possible outcome. There were no witnesses under the bridge, no immediate assistance, no quick escape. It was a contained scene where everything depended on restraint and decision-making. She called for backup. The wait stretched close to an hour. During that time, the man did not leave the area. His behavior remained unstable, alternating between stillness and renewed aggression. His presence allowed no moment of relief. Every sound from the darkness carried the weight of potential danger. Cars passed over the bridge above them, unaware of what was unfolding below. Life continued overhead, while beneath the concrete structure, time seemed suspended. When additional patrol units arrived, the space filled with light and movement. Control was restored quickly. The man attempted to resist, but the numerical advantage and coordinated actions of the officers left him no opportunity. He was detained using standard procedures and removed from beneath the bridge. Afterward, the area fell quiet again. Only concrete, shadows, and the night air remained, slowly returning to stillness. The investigation determined that the man had been in a state of extreme emotional agitation and had deliberately assaulted a law enforcement officer. He was charged under multiple sections of California law, including assault on a police officer and resisting lawful actions. The court found him guilty. Considering the circumstances, location, and level of threat involved, he was sentenced to several months of incarceration, fined, and required to undergo mandatory psychological evaluation and an anger management program following his release. He was held accountable for his actions under the law. For the police officer, the night left a lasting impression. Not as something extraordinary, but as another reminder of how unpredictable the job truly is. Even when a person is simply standing under a bridge, even when the night appears quiet and empty, a single moment can turn routine patrol into a struggle for survival. The Californian night slowly receded, but the memory remained. A reminder of the fragile boundary between calm and chaos, between duty and danger, between the life continuing above the bridge and the reality hidden beneath it.